It's now time for some international news, and let's go to Nigeria, where the country is suspending operations of Twitter indefinitely in the country. The Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, said in a statement Friday, the ban is due to persistent use of the platform for activities that are capable of undermining Nigeria's corporate existence. Mohammed said in an emailed statement, but also posted on Twitter. The minister has also directed its Broadcast Commission to immediately commence the process of licensing all OTT and social media operations in Nigeria. The Nigerian government this week condemned Twitter for deleting a tweet in which the country's leader threatened to crack down on separatists. Roland, this is certainly developing across the continent as well.
Well, definitely. And taking all of us by surprise, are not it? Knowing that the most populous country in the sub-region is also having this decision being made. I thought we have to go to Nigeria because we do have Femi Akande. He is with TVC News, and that's one of the biggest news outlets based in Nigeria, but more so also report directly from the State House. So that's why it's become very important that we speak to you, Femi. You look at the situation, what may have precipitated this or preempted this in the first place, if you look at what the whole brouhaha has so far resulted in?
Yes, the federal government of Nigeria has always had this intention to regulate the social media. They have made attempts, and even there have been attempts through the National Assembly to come up with legislation to regulate the social media. But all of this did not see the light of the day. And until recently, when President Muhammadu Buhari put out that tweet where he was talking about separatist groups and telling them that he's going to deal with them or treat them in the language which they understand. And so many people interpreted that to mean a threat of violence or civil war against people who are perceived as separatist groups. And these people are from the southeast region of Nigeria. And that tweet was deleted by Twitter after an outrage from Nigerians online calling the attention of the microblogging site to this tweet made by President Muhammadu Buhari. At the end of the day, it forced Twitter to delete that tweet. Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, responded in a press conference where he accused Twitter of bias because he says that there are other known separatists, leaders of proscribed groups and terrorists who use the microblogging site to also disseminate information of and circulate information of hate and other insightful statements. But the microblogging site Twitter decides to look the other way. But now when President Muhammadu Buhari is talking about protecting lives and properties and exterminating any threat to the corporate existence of Nigeria, and Twitter is crying foul and saying that these contravened the rules and policies of the microblogging site. The president has now wielded the big stick by making that announcement to suspend Twitter. But when this will come into effect, we do not know. And for how long this suspension will last, we also do not know. But one thing we know is that the controversy that this has stirred will linger for a very long time.
How is this resonating with ordinary users of Twitter in Nigeria, but also the ordinary citizens of Nigeria? For example, I give you this tweet in itself from Samuel Mba, who says, we ban Twitter in Nigeria so that it won't promote in brother in business. And this is just an ordinary social media person in Nigeria. What's the response so far?
Well, the buzz online, the hysteria online is huge. People are talking about it. There are so many hashtags that are already trending on Twitter talking about this decision by the federal government to ban Twitter. We have seen a rights group, a civil rights group, that's SERAP, the Socio-Economic Rights Advocacy Project, already saying that they will take the federal government to court to challenge its decision to ban Twitter. They consider that as an infringement on the freedom of expression, on the freedom of information, and also the right of citizens to protest, because Twitter has been a tool for both uh, domestic and international politics, and this has been a vehicle, a veritable vehicle in Nigeria to drive change and also get the attention of government. We saw that play out during the NSAS protests here in Nigeria, and that actually brought the federal government to its knees and made and they had to make some concessions by banning disbanding the special anti-robbery squad that was accused of brutalizing young Nigerians. We have seen statements come from politicians, political leaders, both from the opposition party and even some in the president's party, condemning the federal government's decision to ban Twitter. But in Nigeria, there are just about 33 million internet users, active internet users in Nigeria, and Twitter is the 6th most used social media platform in Nigeria. Well, that is it comes behind WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and some other social media platforms. Just not so many people. When you look at the population of Nigeria now, you would say not so many people use Twitter, but the people on Twitter are highly influential. Most protests and most movements start on Twitter before you see them resonate on the streets of Nigeria. So Twitter has been a very active platform to galvanize citizens for social change in the country.
Now, this will be my last question. Just a very short response from you. Looking at what the observation and the sentiment are among the political elite, the social groupings among the youth, what's the concern about how this could affect Nigeria's reputation internationally and also as far as investors are concerned?
Well, the international community would be looking at Nigeria and wondering why such a decision would be taken, because it is something that should matter to the federal government. They always quarrel with rankings by Transparency International, Amnesty International, and other international organizations that come up with reports about corruption, human rights abuses, like suppression of freedom of expression, and even freedom of the press. So this again would further affect Nigeria's ranking in all those global standings. We would begin to see Nigeria fall down the table. And again, Twitter as a microblogging site is also a site where a lot of young people, Nigeria has a huge youthful population. A lot of young people engage on this site to do business. Small and micro businesses are very active on Twitter. They get their customers on Twitter. They make sales on Twitter. So banning Twitter will also have a significant impact on small and medium scale enterprise here in the country. But we do not know, because pressure is beginning to pile on the federal government as we speak. We do not know if they might review that decision. As we speak, it has not gone into effect yet. We do not know when to go into effect. But as pressure continues to pile, who knows where the pendulum will swing?
Well, in the coming days, we'll see how that goes and whether the Nigerian government will be barging on that excessive pressure from Twitter and the rest of this big multinationals. But that's been Femi Akande. He works with one of Nigeria's leading news houses. We're talking about TVC News. Is the main correspondent in the State House, and he has been giving us the latest update on this Twitter ban. And